everyone. Welcome back to Riri's Nursery. Happy Tuesday, you guys. It has been a long week. Oh my gosh. I wanted to come on last week toward the end of last week. Wanted to come on this weekend, but my work week last week flew by. Then the weekend flew by. I had so much going on. And it just was really busy. Same with this week. I was gonna come on yesterday, and I was like, I mean well, because I had to bring back my newest girly so I can give you the name reveal and just talk about her, because I'm really so happy with her, as I am with all my dolls. But she's just stolen my heart. Yulia did a wonderful job with her painting, with everything. So I'm just so happy with her. But I just wanted to come back in and now I'm here. So welcome to my nursery, you guys. Happy Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and shout out Marissa because I'm going to do Talk About It Tuesday, since I'm going to be talking about my newest silicone. And I wanted to also kind of touch on some themes that I was kind of hearing this week. So we'll get into that. So like I said, I wanted to talk about my girl here. So when I was over the weekend, I had her in another blanket, and because I told myself, I'm not gonna buy another blanket. I'll wait. But then when I did my giveaway, and I was just going through my stuff of, I wanted to put some goodies inside the boxes of the people who won, and actually one of my people have not emailed me, so I'm gonna tag you down below. So hopefully I'll hear from you soon, because I still am waiting for one of my giveaway winners. Of course, if I don't hear from her, then I will draw again, but I hope I'll hear from her. But my other giveaway winner, I've gotten from Sonia, who's one of the winners, and then Nikki was the bonus winner. So one of the winners and the bonus winner have responded, and their gifts have gone out and they're on their way. So hopefully I'll hear from my other one. So like I said, with this little girl, I wasn't going to get a blanket, but then as I was going through stuff, I realized I did buy her a blanket during a sale back in, I think it was March. There was a sale. Not March, it was April, because it was after I got back from the doll show. But this sale was on at my favorite place, Minky Couture, and I got this blanket for $10 because they were doing a clearance sale. Look how pretty this blanket is. It's there. It was a springtime. Look how pretty. So when I found it, I went, oh my gosh. So she's got her personal blanket, and I wrap her in that. She's still in her hospital receiving blanket that she came with from Yulia. And then I had bought these little white silk wraps off of Amazon, and I keep that, covers her, the silk wrap. But I wanted to do her name reveal, and we're going to do that today. And so the name she has is a recycled name. And it was actually a name from another Asian silicone that I had a couple of years ago. And I love the name because it was a Bible name, or is a Bible name. And so I kept it. And I always knew that because I had personalized the pacifier clip and everything. And I knew that I would keep it no matter what. And so I'm glad I did, because this little beauty now has that name. So before you even see her, please welcome Milka. So that is my girl. Her name is Milka. And here she is. She's been peacefully resting. And I did a little change. So I put this over my shoulder. I had changed her outfit. Look at this cute peach dress. And it's got cherries and strawberries on it. So it's a little pinky peach dress. Look how cute she is. Now this hat, you guys, this hat is from Reborn Silk Shield. She's an artist, and I got it at the West Coast Doll Show, as you'll see on the label. And since I purchased her, when I had purchased her from the West Coast Doll Show, I purchased this hat also, and I was like, when she's done, this hat is on her. So it's waited patiently for her to be completed. And my little Millie, and I'll call her that for short, that is, this thing is so big, it should not go anywhere, but it's, because of the softness of it, it falls so easily. But I knew that when she came, she was going to be in that hat. And what I love about the Reborn silks is kind of explanatory. The inside has a silk in there, is a silk patch. So it protects their hair from snags and stuff. But oh my gosh, I just love her silicone. She is so soft and just, oh, look at that. Look at my little sleepy head. So I'm just so excited. So you guys I wanted to officially just welcome Millie to you all, my Milka, to my collection. And I am so excited for her. Just excited. Also ready to see what the rest of this year brings when it comes to my collection. The month is going great, but it's also going fast. I mean, halfway over already. And I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so our spiritual convention is this weekend. So a lot of spiritual food. I look forward to that. But I'm just happy that I got this little girl to keep me company. Not that not that she's going or anything, but she'll be in my heart. But I wanted to show you also that I got her a lovey. My husband he knows that I like to have loveys with my dolls. So I got her a little lovey. And as you see, she still has those mitts on. That's what she came from the doll show in. I kept it. But I got her this lovey off of Amazon. Look. And it rattles. So she's got herself her own little Asian baby. And I just was like, this is so cute. She's got the little 1, 2, 3 on the front. And then it's beautiful, like a rattling one. So I really like that. So that is her little baby girl to go with my little baby girl. So I wanted to come on also, again, like I said, to shout out, to thank everyone who had joined my giveaway and the winners. Thank you guys for jumping in there and wanting to participate in the giveaway, and then for everyone who has joined my channel since, I thank you all. I plan on doing another giveaway in the future. It's always something that I do enjoy doing it. Actually, this weekend, Miss Serenity Smith did a live, and it was just so fun. We talked about giveaways. It's just so much fun in the process of giving. And I enjoy it. It really is. It's just really fun to give, and just to see that people enjoy what you have. I'm gonna add on to this video at the end though. I was thinking of Anne from Anne's Colorful Life. I'm talking about a lot of people today because I took a little video of another area with my Barbie dolls, and I'm gonna add that on at the end, so that way, for those who are interested, stick around at the end. You will see another area that I've created. Okay, you guys, I tell myself every time to put my phone in Do Not Disturb. I got a phone call that interrupted me. So, back here. Again, just a thank you for giveaways. Now, Talk About It Tuesday. I want to talk about this little girl and how she came about. I kind of mentioned it in her box opening, but really wanted to talk about it because I am so excited for her. So when I went to West Coast Doll Show, my goal was to get my Kumiko, that is the Keiko kit from Georgia Pickett. I wanted her. I had her before, and her artist, when she created that kit the other year, I want to say it was last year, she did it as a boy, and he was gorgeous. But she sold him. And so I was just like, oh, well, I have to see what she has this year. But I remember her telling me that, well, Cherie, I'm going to do that kit again, but it's going to be as a girl. And I said, well, that's fine. I've had her before as a girl. I'll be interested to see how you do her and how you bring her to Reborn Life. And sure enough, when I saw her, I fell in love. And I still kept myself as an open mind, but I only had her in mind when I went to the doll show. I only wanted to go shopping because that's kind of been my goal with doll shows, is I want to see what's new, what's out there, and buy accessories. It's the easiest thing to do when you're going to a doll show. But never fails. I get at least one doll when I'm there. And so when I got there, saw her, fell in love. But like I said, as I was walking around the doll show, I was influenced by Miss Dion from Nonni's Reborn Nursery. She was, I met her, it's my first time talking to her, meeting her in person, and I felt like I've known her forever and a day, and I love her. And so we were just talking, and so she was in there looking at Silicone Studios because she wanted to paint a kit. And just, so I was like, all right, fine. So I'll go over there because she's going to go over there and see what they have. And they came out with a great showing. I mean, man, they had so many blank silicones on the tables. They had some behind their table. So they had a lot of kits. And I already knew that I liked this sculpt. But I kept telling myself, I'm not going to get it though, because I really already had something else in mind of what I wanted to have painted this year. And I was already in the works of another kit that I wanted to have Yulia paint for me. But when I was there, and Yulia doesn't live far because she's in this next door state, I saw her and I just was like, oh my gosh. And I had actually watched another video from Serenity. And when I saw her with her blank of Jen, and that she was showing the movements, and I want to say she had probably started painting her, but all I know is I just remembered seeing her with Serenity, and I said, I'm influenced. I'm gonna have to get this kit. But I told myself, but I'll wait till after the show. I said I'll use the show to just see the blank, and then I'll eventually get her. Well, then my next influence, with Dion, and when we went and walked around the tables, and I'm looking, and I was like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. And then they did a special price for her because they were at the show, and they had a lot of kids. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it because they're doing a special price. It's gonna save me money in the long run. Now, mind you, I also I was messaging Yulia, and I'm just like, if I do this, can I ship her to you? And that way you can hold her. And she was like, of course, whatever, cool. So I went back to the table, and I remember saying, okay, I want this one. And then I want to say it was Jennifer, because now I'm trying to remember who I was talking to, but I think it was Jennifer. And she was like, no, come over here. Nobody's been to these. So she had me go to the back table. She's like, pick from here, because all of these have been up front. Everyone's looked at these. Choose one of these back here. So I went back there. I went back to behind the table, saw her. She had the kit that I liked, and I don't know how they were all Jen's, but the one that I just fell for, and mind you, I never saw her shirt, because if you all remember, she had the name brand, the monogram, her shirt said Jen, but that I didn't see that. She was wrapped in a blanket. And so I saw the blue mitts and the hat that had the bow on it, but the one that for whatever reason spoke to me, which was swaddled, I was like, oh my gosh, but I love the hat and the mitts on that one. And she goes, it's no big deal. She snatched that all off, and she came over and swapped it around, because it was, I want to say it was an all white hat, white hands, and mitts. And so she was like, no problem. So she swapped them around, put it in, and then when I opened it, I saw the shirt and went, oh wow. And she goes, yes. She goes, and I didn't have a lot of these for the show, so you're not gonna, no one else is gonna have that. And then she had the armatures in her arms, not the legs, but she's really soft. Her silicone was so soft. So she's like, you're gonna get a nice soft silicone, and then she's got these armatures, and you got the shirt. So you're gonna, it's all like nice. And I was like, I love it. I'm happy. And I already knew the vision I had with her. I knew that she was gonna be an Asian baby, and it just worked out. And so it was just a fun experience, aside from the fact that going to the West Coast Doll Show allowed me to see my oldest for a couple of days and just hang out with my son. But just going in there to the doll show and having this experience, and then also experiencing it with my sister, because my sister is not a doll collector. That was never her thing. And so she was just experiencing it with me. My sister is a traveler at heart. She's got a passport stamped on her heart. That girl goes everywhere. And so if you want to ask her, you want a trip, she says yes to a trip. So when I asked her if she would spend that time with me, it was great bonding time of spending it with my sister. And then the good thing is, my other sister, my brother, his wife, they all live out there. So they all came out. We had dinner together, and it was just a family affair. It was fun. So I look forward, obviously, to next year. Kansas used to be my main show, which still is my favorite show, but now West Coast has become the number one, because I've got family out there, and I love the location. I have to say, it's the location of the West Coast Doll Show is like Kansas. So if you if you just think of an area, you've got your airport right here, and then the hotel, they're all like this. You can see each other. And it's just convenience. And so it made it so easy to get from point A to point B, because there's not a lot of distance. And I love that. So that makes those two shows my favorite right now because of location. Location is paramount. So hoping it stays that way. But that was my little talk about it Tuesday that I wanted to do because I just wanted to share my girl with you guys again. Like I said, I changed her. I know I want to do another video with my Willow because I want to do a changing with her. Because there was an outfit I wanted to put on her that I didn't because I was shopping one day, saw an outfit, and I put it on her. But I wanted to do a change with her, so I want to come back with Willow. But I'm really sitting here looking at my collection, you guys. Man, I was watching Pumpkin Corner Nursery and Elena, and so she was talking about how she has her goals for the year, and she doesn't want to wreck her goals by doing something that she really doesn't want to do. And it's with her being she's an artist and a collector. I'm a collector, so I also have my own goals, and that's like what I'm dealing with. I had a goal. There was a silicone I wanted to get this year, but I really was like, wait a minute, I already have other dolls that I am getting right now. I had to weigh those, like what's more important, which one do I really want out of those, because none of it is a necessity, you know. These are all wants. It's just a hobby. So I had to sit down and really think about it, plus some health things that came up with the family, with several members of the family with different things. And I said, okay, I want to be mindful of everything. And so I had that dream of that silicone had to be put on the back burner and focus on my customs that I already have coming. This custom that came, and I'm so happy, you know. I'm really fortunate to have these things, and so it's really just saying what is most important, and it's good to be mindful of that. But it's always good to reevaluate, you know, what you're doing in your hobby, with any hobby. If you're doing journaling, if you're doing, you know, collecting cards, whatever it may be, it's always good to be, you know, moderate and just always being careful of what you're bringing in, because you don't want it to just take over. You want to be careful, and you don't want to regret anything. Not that we don't have those like, ooh, I wish I didn't do that moments, but you don't want a true regret. And thankfully, I haven't really had that. And I'm really happy with my silicone collection. So I do have one more silicone. I want to say one more. Yes, it should be just one more silicone that's coming this year. You never know in this hobby, obviously, but what I can think of right now, just one more. I won't say that about vinyl. I do have quite a bit of planned customs for vinyl, but silicone, and I'm just sitting here trying to think, just making sure. I think I just, no, I don't. It's two more. So I have two more silicones this year that I have coming. And so I just want to be mindful of those, you know, because I want them in my collection, and for the time being, for however long that is. And so I just try to be mindful of those things when I am collecting. I'm saying this like wanting to give advice when people with collecting with hobbies, because Dion had mentioned this. I was watching her video today, and she was saying how someone had put a comment under her video. You know, I'm just one of those people that, you know, if this isn't for you, you just keep it going, you just pass it on. You don't have to worry about it, just, you know. But then if there's people who just want to comment, they can comment, because all I got to do is block and delete, let them go. Because this is my, you know, this is my fun space. I love to collect dolls. I'm a doll collector. I am a collector. I'll say that. I am a collector of things. My hobby doesn't just consist of dolls or just of reborns or silicones. As I've said, at the end of this video, you guys are going to see a Barbie doll little scenario or little section I have, a little scenario kind of how I place them. And so I collect things, and I'm a collector. And so I just look at it as, it doesn't matter if, because what I've heard people say, and she said this, is that, you know, people don't say something to men about how they collect trains or whatever. Yes, they do. I follow a plethora of different channels on YouTube. I follow men who collect trains, who collect Legos, Star Wars. I watch them. There's some that collect stamps. So I follow several channels. And I read the comments. And those men get hit hard too. They get hit hard too. So I just want to say, I don't care what the next person does. I don't need the green light to do this. So it doesn't matter if a man does it or a man doesn't do it, because Cherie's going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so I want to, give that courage, that encouragement to my dear Dolly sis, Dion, like, don't listen to them. And to anyone who might get comments of anyone that might hate on their videos or their collecting habits or whatever. Because only you know what you're doing. And so I would just say, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I don't hide my hobby from family. When my family comes to visit, they get a doll. They get to see a doll. Now, they may not be able to touch the doll, but they can see the doll. I don't take my dolls out because they are art pieces to me. These are art pieces to me. If my little girls want to take their dolls out, because they have the dolls that you can play with, then I let them take them out. We walked the neighborhood and they have their dolls. But I'm saying, for me, my Reborns, my vinyls, they don't go out the house unless they're going into a bag. Because I have taken, I want to say twice, I've taken a doll out. And it's actually been the same doll that I've taken out. It's a preemie. But he goes into a bag, goes into my car, gets to the hotel, to the destination at the hotel, and stays there. Or it was to Destin once that I took him twice to Destin. Then back home. I don't bring my dolls out and about because I just don't want to take the chances of them being touched or messed up or anyway. But that's how I collect. Remember, I tell you guys, like with my Barbie dolls, I have the Craggle. I put them in their positions and they stay there. I change their clothes into an outfit and it stays that way as long as I like the outfit. But I just say this as an encouragement that just enjoy, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else. Just enjoy. But if you're hurting yourself and nobody else, that's your business. But I would hope you aren't. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just saying that people are going to have their opinions and people are going to voice them, regardless if we want them to or not. And you control yourself. You control how you act. And that's what's fun about having this little community. Because I say this to support my Dolly sis, because I wouldn't want her feeling bad. It might sting a little if someone says, and I know when I first started making videos, some of those comments, I was just like, oh. But at the end of the day, I was like, it's just what they say. So block, delete, or delete, block, whatever. And just keep moving on. And that's that, especially if you're wanting to do this for the long haul. It's not easy, but we're going to encounter the naysayers. And so I just, at the end of the day, we all get them. And like I said, those people who collect, I'm also a Trekkie. So I see what people say to us Star Trek fans and stuff they say in the comments. Hey, okay, whatever. It's just whatever. You cannot please everybody. And if you're trying to please everyone, you please no one. So it's just better to just not worry about it. But you guys, I'm going to put that video in. I hope you enjoyed today's Talk About It Tuesday. I know that I was just happy to bring on my little girl here and bring her back again, because she's got the honored position again of being on the bed. But that doesn't mean her sister Kiyoshi has been moved away from the bed, because Kiyoshi is still here. I've got Kiyoshi nearby. I got Willow nearby. I keep my silicones right by me. So I try to keep them close, the ones that are, favorite position. And then I also have a bassinet that I keep my other ones in. So that way they're not too accessible to outside hands. So that is my video for today. And you guys, let me bring up my little girl here. You guys got to take a look at her one more time. Let me bring her up, because I know I didn't really show her a lot. Look at this. Oh, she is so cute. My little sleeping beauty. Oh my gosh. Yes, my baby. She's so cute. So from my nursery to yours, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday and a great rest of your week. And I will be back soon. Enjoy.